Hey there, everybody. Welcome back into this Tuesday edition of Morning Dose. I'm Gary Streisky. Listen, breast cancer is the most common cancer among women in the U.S. because 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with the disease in her lifetime. My mom beat it not once, but twice. I love you, Mom. You're watching at home. But did you know that men can get breast cancer as well? That's because both men and women have breast tissue. Less than 1% of all breast cancer cases, though, occur in men, but the risk may be greater than you think. About 1 in 1,000 men will be diagnosed in their lifetime. Now, in 2017, it's expected that there will be about 2,500 cases of male breast cancer in the United States. Now, joining us now is Bret Miller, who actually is a breast cancer survivor himself. So, Bret, a couple questions for you. You first noticed something wrong back in 2003, when you were 17, but it wasn't diagnosed until 2010. So, what was that 7 years of sort of not knowing like for you?
Well, back in 2003, I had the lump directly under my right nipple. I had brought it up to several doctors as my senior year of high school, and all of them had said that it was a calcium buildup. I was becoming a man and it would go away. Throughout 7 years, it was college. I didn't have health insurance. And then it was finally after graduating college and getting a job and having full-time health insurance when I went to go get a physical. Just because I hadn't had one for a while, and doctors pretty much getting ready to send me out the door, saying everything was all good until I stopped him and showed him the lump. He immediately sent me to go get an ultrasound, which then led into a mammogram. Then the lump got removed, and they were like nothing was going to happen. Then I got the call the following day after the lump was removed saying that I had breast cancer.
Wow.
I had to do a mastectomy and then 4 rounds of chemo. I took a Rimidex, which is kind of like tamoxifen, but that has different side effects because I was on tamoxifen, but it wasn't great for me. And I did that for 5 years, and ever since, now I am clear, and I'm only doing yearly checkups. And it's my mission now to make sure that men around the world know that, as my shirt says, they have breasts too.
They absolutely do. Bret, first and foremost, congratulations on beating this thing over the course of the last 5 years. But it probably isn't the first time someone's been misdiagnosed or not diagnosed at all as far as males, because, of course, the percentage of males getting this is so low. So I would imagine doctors probably sometimes do disregard this. So what you're trying to advocate is, obviously, men have breasts too, but misdiagnoses happen probably all the time, and you probably hear about them.
Yes, we do hear about it from several of our males, and all I can tell them is, if you don't like the opinion of the one doctor, go to another doctor, a third, a fourth, until you feel comfortable with the answer. You are your own best advocate. If you know that something's wrong, get to the doctor and get the answers that you need.
Bret, you've started a campaign yourself to spread awareness about breast cancer in men. What kind of feedback has it gotten, and have some of the men told you and reached out to you that, because of this, it's made that difference? Yeah,
at the beginning, way back in 2010 and 2011, it wasn't well received by some women. Some of them just, it was awkward, it was uncomfortable, and I can totally understand that. But ever since, we've been welcomed with open arms. More men have come out to share their story. We had 2 survivors over almost 20 years each this past year pass away. But before I was there, before I was sharing my story, they weren't saying a word. They were very quiet about it. But after I started sharing my story in 2010, they kind of came out of the woodworks, and they helped share their story and their fight. And rest in peace, but they helped get us to where we are today.
Bret, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Dose, and most importantly, congratulations on kicking this thing's butt and spreading the awareness.